And is that what we would expect at this stage? Would we expect a lot more higher transmissibility to be favored, say, as opposed to a deadlier virus? And if so, like why is that the expectation?
Yeah. So for the virus, its evolutionary fate just depends on persisting and transmitting. And anything it does to us really is kind of a side consequence. Now, for some diseases, that if the virus kills you, then it's unable to transmit. But with SARS-CoV-2, it's unusual in that most deaths are long after the virus has come and gone and the viral load has risen and fallen. And then the deaths happen in the month after that. And that's because it seems like most of the severe cases are immune reactions and kind of spiraling out of control. And it's not actually the virus replicating within our body. And so because of that, those severe outcomes of COVID are not important to the virus's transmission because they happen long after the virus transmits.
So selection can't really see that part.
Selection can't see it. So that doesn't mean the virus can't evolve and affect our hospitalization and death rates. It means it's evolving to transmit effectively. And as a side consequence, it could increase or decrease mortality rate.
I see. So, well, I had a next question, but I'm already thinking a little bit ahead now. I have heard, and I don't know if this is true at all, but I have heard many times from many different people that in general, viruses tend to become less virulent over time. First of all, is that true? And then would we expect that for this virus? It almost sounded like what you were saying, though, is we wouldn't necessarily expect that because you have that dissociation between when it replicates and when it becomes a problem.
Exactly. And you really have to get your mind into the perspective of the virus. You have to really think, okay, I'm this virus. How am I evolving over time? Some diseases, it's through the death that the virus is actually transmitted, or the pathogen into the environment. In that case, higher death rates can evolve because that makes it easier for that pathogen to get transmitted. In other cases, and this is where that kind of classic thought comes from, death takes the person out of circulation. And so and then the virus can't transmit. So it's really a pathogen by pathogen question. And for SARS-CoV-2, as we were talking about, the virus is, as far as the virus's evolution is concerned, our deaths are immaterial.
I see. So there's not necessarily any direct selection for this virus to become deadlier. However, if it does become deadlier, there's nothing sort of pushing that
stopping
down.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, that's unfortunate.
That's unfortunate. Yeah. But that does mean, so the two major variants, Alpha and Delta, are both deadlier, unfortunately, leading to more severe disease. But that doesn't mean that the next variant will necessarily be one that causes more severe. And so that's maybe good in that we may in the future be dealing with a variant that drives down hospitalization rates.